Monday. Today is January the 7th, the first Monday of the new year. And I want to say that I didn't set any resolutions, and I told y'all just to get closer to God, and I'm working on that. And I'm more upbeat than I usually am at the beginning of the year, because honestly, after the Christmas holidays, for me, a lot of the times, y'all, I'm kind of like in a depressive state. I'm like, I don't know, but this year is better, and I thank God for it. But another thing I want to come on and talk about right now is the situation with the R. Kelly, surviving R. Kelly. It was some horrible, horrible situations, events, stories being told with that. And I don't want anybody to take this the wrong way, because I'm not meaning to be negative at all, because my thing I want to start doing is not a resolution. It's just going to be a new way of life, is to try to find, if I'm going to make a statement about something that's not going to be positive, I'm trying to find a way to my way, or my, like we used to say, some of the teachers will tell you, if you have a negative response to a situation, and give a positive solution. That's what I'm trying to say, y'all. But my thing is this: all of the people who knew this was going on, okay, and then here we have to strike in here. And like I say, I don't do anything to slight anybody, because that's not who I am. I'm all about love, not to slight anybody. If you were a consenting adult, a person who knew better, because if you don't know what's right, then you can't be accused of doing something wrong, in my opinion. But this is what I'm saying. If you were a consenting adult, a law-abiding citizen, and you knew the things he was doing was wrong, then you should have said something. You should have remove yourself from the situation. Let me tell you. I remember it was, and I can't remember who it was, and they said that, was it Nick Cannon? I don't want to quote, because like I said, I don't like to make accusations or claims against a person if I can't remember. But somebody was saying that, seemed like it was him. He said Mariah always wanted to have yes people around her. Let me tell you something. I'm like Rev said, you ain't got to pay $1.99 this free. If you a person, and every time you do something, whether it's right or wrong, and people egging you on, those not your friends, they don't love you, they don't care about you. Here's the truth, me included. If you could try, you could test somebody to see if they really love you. You could do something wrong in their presence and they don't say anything about it. That's not love. That's not love. Because if I saw him doing something wrong, I'm in his corner, I love him, I'm representing him, I'm supporting him, I'm assisting him, and say, man, you know, that was wrong what you did. That just, I just couldn't do it. And you know, I'm not gonna say lost friends, but I've had people to get mad at me because I told them the truth. One time this lady was complaining about her children. They get their money and they don't want to help pay bills, this, that, and the other. And I was flat out honest with her. I told her, I said, well, you know what? I say a lot of that is because you're on housing. I say, and those grown kids not supposed to be staying with you anyway. I say, so sometimes we're only reaping what we sow. You gaining on one hand by not paying a lot of rent, but you ain't getting no help in the utility bill higher because you got kids living with you not supported. So I'm just saying, what we have to start assessing the situations for what they really are. You know? Even like with me, you know, I want to be blessed and I want to live right, and I know some things I'm doing is keeping me from my complete or total blessing. I know that. You know, and every time I do something, if I comment on your page and tell you something, it's out of love. You know, it may be something I see that a person is doing that may be able to help them. And I'm gonna always say it in a nice way, because I'm not here. I'm not put here on this earth to be condescending and making a person feel bad. That's not my purpose. That's not my calling. But I tell a person, you might want to. I think one time I might have said you might want to. No, this is what I probably said. I probably said my doctor always told me my son was asthmatic or whatever, to always keep a hat on his head. Not coming out. You ought to put a hat on that baby head. That's why they stay sick. You can attract more bees with honey than you can with vinegar. I think that's how they say it. But and I've always been that way. But you find some people that's nasty and bigoted, or whatever words you want to use. When I work retail, and so I'd be shopping at Walmart, but I worked at Kmart back in the day. The same people that are coming Kmart acting up, you'll see them in line at Walmart acting up. That's just their nature and who they are. But God can change anybody. Yes, He can. Because I've seen people that was just drug addict, and you thought they was on their way to the graveyard, and now they're doing very well. So I don't ever count somebody out, because anybody can change. And sometimes it just takes for somebody to seem like they care about them. We went to church New Year's Eve night, and it was a guy. I've been knowing him, ever since I was a little kid. Our families grew up together. His older sisters and my older sisters were probably friends or whatever. But anyway, he was our trustee one time. On my job, we had trustees to come clean and stuff. So he comes when we feed on Saturdays too. So lately, he been coming to church service. So for New Year's Eve, when we walked in, we came through the side door, and he was sitting all the way on the other side. And me and my family went over there and sat where he was, so he wouldn't be like just there by himself. And he came back again yesterday to church. So, sometimes just showing people a little love could change them. Because the reason why a lot of people get hooked on drugs and stuff, because they feel like don't nobody care. So sometimes just good morning, how you doing? That may make somebody's day. I just feel like if we could just love each other more and quit comparing others to us and put them in the category, sizing them up and place them in the category, he don't have, he have. He don't have this, he not this. Man, it's kind of sad to me to see it, especially when there's little kids involved, because my daughter tells me about some of her kids, y'all just doing something. But anyway, how she and her co-teacher sometimes get together and buy kids underclothes and socks and stuff, because they come to school and they don't have the basic essentials. They don't. And it's so sad. It's really sad. I don't know. My purpose is to help, and that's what I'm struggling with, because I want to do more, but how? What? I just don't know. I don't know. But anyway, I don't want to get on here and get teary-eyed. Today is Monday. It's January the 7th, the first Monday in 2019. So, if y'all could do something for me, do something to make this world a better place. That's all I ask. If each one of us could do something to make this world a better place, then we head in the right direction. We are. I don't know. I don't know what it's gonna take. One thing I know is gonna take love. It's gonna take love. So, I don't know. Sometimes I get in my feelings when I think about, especially little kids, because they can only get what you give them. And there's so many little kids that are living with people who are not even related to them, but they just happen to come into their lives, and they're taking on the responsibility of rearing them, because the parents are so selfish. They don't care enough about the kids. Because how can you as a mother, this still puzzles me, how can you as a mother lay down at night anywhere, whether it's homeless or whatever, and not know that your kids are okay? I became a parent my 10th grade of high school, that young. But immediately my maternal instincts kicked in, and I would never harm anybody else's kids, let alone my own. Now, my kids probably say I'm a little too stern or whatever. But Lord, I see what it takes in this world to make it. And if you allow a kid to just do what they want to do, you set them up for failure in every area of their life. Every area. You know, yeah, you want them to look good and you want them to, you know, and all that, but Lord, give them some Jesus. Let them know that when the Nike shoes get old, you understand what I'm saying? When the clothes they worn are not new anymore, there's still somebody that love them, that care about them. When they make mistakes, somebody's still gonna forgive them. You understand what I'm saying? That's important. That's important. Some people's whole life is based on being accepted by other people. But until you have that relationship with God, you're not going to have that peace. All right, y'all. I love y'all. The only reason why I get on here is because I'm trying to help somebody. If 1 or 2 people get it, I'm good. Have a blessed day. Bye. Love you.